everybody. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Success God's Way. This is Erin Harrigan, your Hustle with Heart and Health coach, helping entrepreneurs align results to God's truth and helping everyone attain results for total health with Arbonne. So it is Monday. My day got off to a little bit of a crazy start, but in many, many good ways. And here I am coming to you later than usual. I'm going to put myself in front of this gorgeous painting that I got at a recent silent auction for the Dream Queen Gals Lead program. So here's the deal, God's media. I think sometimes we wouldn't think about God being involved in media, right? Because like God is everywhere and he doesn't necessarily need a marketing team. But a lot of times I get this question when I talk to people about how I know that God is affirming the direction I'm going in or how he has shown me where he wants me to go. And how do we know what he's telling us to do? Well, first of all, I want you to know it's not some big sort of Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones voice that comes to me that tells me where to go. But here's how you can know. First and foremost, you got to be in his word and you got to have an intimate relationship with him. What does that mean? It means that you're in the Bible each day or at least on a regular basis, that you have an active prayer life. So you're not just talking to God, but you're listening as well. When you get to know him and his character, then you can trust and have faith that he hears your prayers and that he will answer them. Now, does that answer mean that it's always going to be what you want? No. Generally, God answers our prayers in three ways: yes, no, or wait. But when you're in the word and you know and trust his character, you know that he's hearing you and you know that you will hear from him. Number two, when you are walking through whatever it is you're praying over, maybe you're praying for some direction in your health or in your job, or listen, we're here to talk about being God-centered entrepreneurs, right? So in our business, and you're praying through that, something will happen. You'll hear a song, you'll see a billboard, you'll see something posted on Facebook. Maybe you'll have a conversation with a friend and the information that they're sharing with you or the discussion and conversation that you're having is exactly related to what you've been praying over, but they had no idea that you were praying over that. Those moments are God speaking to you, and he uses many different media to do it. He uses other people. He uses music. He uses numbers. He uses information. He uses books. He uses Facebook and social media posts. I'm not telling you to just be looking for signs. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that God's going to answer you all the time. But don't overlook those moments where you get a feeling deep inside that he's telling you something, or you're having that conversation with a friend and something comes up that they could never have realized is perfectly related to what you've been praying over. That is how God speaks to us. So the next time you're wondering, Erin talks about God telling her which way to go and that she knows that God has told her to go this way. The reason that I know that is simply because I'm not any further along than anyone else. It's just that I have a relationship with God. And so when I start to move in a direction that I feel like he's called me to move, and then I see him bless that obedience in some way, then that affirms for me that I'm moving in the right direction. I want to give you one other example. I was just listening to a message from a friend who is a fellow author, and I won't shout her name out here, but I'll just say that she was sharing with me that she feels confirmation of what she's doing in her writing and that she's focused in her writing versus in another area of business. She really felt that God was calling her to focus on that writing. Well, you guys, as she's been doing that, she's been having people come up to her and say, I have seen what you've posted and it really resonated with me, or it really brought me value, or I really needed to hear that message that day. People, this is not, these aren't people who are liking her posts or commenting on her posts. They're people in everyday life that she's interacting with who are simply coming to her and saying, what you're saying makes such a difference for me. And you guys, that is confirmation of God's movement and God's blessing of her obedience and focusing where she should focus. So God uses media, all kinds of media. So let's just keep our eyes and ears, our hearts and minds open to look for those moments, but also to boldly pray over the things that we want God to touch. but to be patient enough to know that he may not touch everything the way we want him to, but he always hears our prayers if we are coming to him with a clear heart to seek to do what he calls us to do. All right, I hope you find that helpful today. Get down below, let me know how it resonates with you. Get on over to our Success God's Way community. We have our weekly dose live tonight in the community at 8 p.m. I don't want you to miss that. If you have not subscribed to the Hustle with Heart podcast, please go and do that. Leave me a 5 stars. Definitely download it. We're shooting to get to 1,000 downloads this month, and we are closing in on 900. And as always, if there's any way I can support you in this journey of pursuing success God's way, whether it's through having optimal health to do what he calls you to do, or you just need some help or an ally walking this journey with you, I'd love to be your coach. So let's chat. With that, have a fantastic Monday, everybody. See you tomorrow.